As you know, one of the most controversial faces on the internet is Sneako. Known for disagreeing with everyone, he always seems to find himself in the spotlight. And well, he caught the eye of one of the most popular YouTubers, Penguinz0, aka Charlie. And this isn't the first time Charlie has decided to speak about Sneako.
This was a little too mean to your feelings. How is that not the ultimate cuckoldry? Like, even more so than your girl getting clapped by 1,000 men. How? Like, how can you, with a straight face, still call other people soy boys?
Recently, Penguinz0 dropped a video discussing Kris Tyson from the Mr. Beast crew, who has been getting a lot of heat over a recent issue. But here's where it gets crazier. He spent over 5 minutes of the 20-something minute video taking some serious shots at Sneako. Hey, my name is Mighty Elroy. Please support my channel by clicking the subscribe button. And before we get into how Sneako got his lick back from Penguinz0, let's rewind a bit and explore what started this unending beef in the first place. Our boy Sneako began his YouTube journey with deep and thought-provoking content. He gained attention with this 1-minute podcast series where he would engage with strangers in deep conversations about life's big questions. However, things took a turn around 2022. Inspired by the rise of figures like Andrew Tate, Sneako shifted his focus to streaming and reaction videos. His content became increasingly controversial, often featuring disliked guests and politically charged discussions. This change in direction brought him both new fans and a fair share of critics, and all this was rubbing Charlie the wrong way. In November 2022, in this unusual fashion, Charlie released a video titled "The Most Embarrassing Alpha Male Ever."
Hey guys, it's your boy Fresh Prince CEO, and today we're gonna talk about all my W's. Stay tuned for it.
I love intros like these. You get some like wacky wubby dubstep kind of going on there with a dumb intro. It is so nostalgic, takes me right back to 2011.
In this video, Charlie took aim at the Fresh and Fit podcast, a show known for its controversial views on relationships and masculinity. Charlie's video was a brutal takedown of Fresh and Fit's claims and the persona they projected. He also talked about their habit of fabricating stories to paint themselves as the alpha males and their approach to discussing women in relationships. This video was a full-on roast that felt like Charlie was saying what a lot of others had in mind. A few months later, Sneako, a fellow supporter of Fresh and Fit, came across Charlie's video, and he did not take kindly to it. Feeling personally attacked, Sneako went on a heated rant during one of his live streams. He seriously defended Fresh and Fit, arguing that Charlie didn't understand their message and was unfairly targeting them. As Sneako's emotions ran high, he took the confrontation a step further by dragging Charlie's girlfriend into the mix.
This is his girl. So there you go. I mean, I told you, like, I could hear it in your voice. The fact that someone doesn't have to abide by those rules, someone could go and a lot of that it's so foreign to a lot of people's ideas, because when you get brainwashed, when you get told that monogamy is the answer and you need to go and be married and just settle down with some girl, when you hear other people talking about stories like this, you're like, there's no way it's true, you're a virgin.
This move was not only unprovoked, but also set a tone for how far Sneako was willing to go to attack his enemy. As the drama went on, Charlie decided to respond. On November 26, 2022, he posted a follow-up video that will humiliate Sneako even further. In his response, Charlie didn't hold back. He mocked Sneako's defense of Fresh and Fit and pointed out the flaws in Sneako's defense, emphasizing how ridiculous it was to get so worked up over a critique of Fresh and Fit.
And Sneako saw this and he wasn't too happy, so he got offended on his friend's behalf, which of course is a very alpha male thing to do. I know Sneako doesn't like that nomenclature. He never calls himself an alpha male and thinks that it belittles him, but his fan base is and has been red-pilled and thinks of him as like a no-nonsense kind of guy who tells it like it is, a man's man. And yet, Sneako cries more than a 12-year-old going through puberty and has very public temper tantrums like a child who didn't get the Spider-Man toy they wanted for Christmas.
But the feud didn't stop there. Charlie also brought up Sneako's past support for the controversial movie Cuties. For those who might not remember, Cuties is a French film that was widely criticized for sexualizing young girls. When the movie was released on Netflix, it sparked outrage about its content. Sneako, however, defended the film, arguing that the outrage was misplaced and that the movie had a deeper message about the dangers of sexualizing children.
Okay, if I ever wanted to get canceled, this is the video. I saw Cuties last night and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody else. I saw the cover and I got clickbaited. So did you got clickbaited. This is one of the movies that's gonna age well. Like right now the outrage is really strong, so saying something like this video probably already has half dislikes. And I even tweeted like Cuties is clickbait. This was a pretty good movie. And everybody replying like, I'm unfollowing you. This is the limit, Sneako. This is the limit. I can guarantee you, none of you saw the movie, dummies.
Charlie found Sneako's defense of Cuties appalling and didn't hesitate to call him out. In his response video, Charlie reminded his audience of Sneako's stance on the movie and criticized them for supporting what many consider to be a child exploitation. Sneako in turn doubled down on his defense, claiming that the people were misinterpreting the film and the support of it. This back and forth only served to highlight the stark differences in their viewpoints, and further fueled the animosity between them, which they decided to harsh it out on a live stream, but that didn't go so well.
This is real children being sexualized. It's not fake. These are 11.
Agree.
That is a problem in and of itself. But you can still condemn this film for contributing to the thing it's supposed to speak out against, which is sexualizing children, which you have admitted it does. And it didn't need to, like you said. That is the problem.
Maybe they shouldn't have used child actors, but I agree with the point of the movie.
As the feud between Sneako and Charlie continued to escalate, Charlie decided to take a particular personal angle. This move took their conflict to a new level, and it all centered around the story that Sneako had shared about his experiences at a swinger party. Sneako had openly talked about how he attended a swinger party where he watched his girl engage in sexual activities with other men.
The arrangements of our open relationships, like I can go and like once in a while use a condom and like, you know, one night stands, whatever. And then she can go on dates, but she doesn't have sex with them. She just likes to be taken out on dates.
How did you negotiate that out of curiosity?
Because that's
I'm about to say,
wait,
this is New York?
It's New York, yeah. Yeah.
You moving? Watch out.
It took a while to get there, but currently that's the arrangement and it's working pretty well. But I thought like that's not completely fair. Like I got to do what I want. So we went to a couple different orgies.
He described how this experience was meant to test their relationship and his emotional resilience.
So we go in there with the mentality that whatever happens inside that party, it just stays at the party. Like,
yeah.
And so I saw her. I've seen her other men, and it's just like that.
You've
was
seen it?
Yeah.
Charlie seized upon this story in one of his response videos, mocking Sneako with no mercy. He played clips of Sneako recounting his experiences and used them to highlight what he saw as absurd and hypocrisy of Sneako's public persona.
It is a legitimately super sad thing to sit there and listen to because Sneako is very clearly bothered by that whole situation, but is trying to play it off like a deeper message like, no, this is actually a good thing, and in fact, I recommend every guy out there try letting their girl get by another man. Then you'll know if it's real, if this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. It is tragic to listen to.
This revelation not only embarrassed Sneako, but also got him trolled across the internet. Memes and jokes about Sneako's swinger party experiences quickly spread across the internet, amplifying the humiliation. This particular aspect of their feud became a defining moment, showcasing just how personal and intense their rivalry had become. The conflict between Sneako and Charlie wasn't confined to YouTube videos. Their battle spilled over onto Twitter, where the two exchanged blows and a series of multiple heated tweets. On November 29, 2022, Sneako posted a tweet featuring a collage of YouTubers he had issues with. Charlie was prominently featured in the center of this collage, symbolizing Sneako's frustration and anger towards him. The tweet was meant to show Sneako's ongoing battles with various content creators, but it ended up backfiring spectacularly. The public reaction to Sneako's collage tweet was overwhelmingly in favor of Charlie. Many users mocked Sneako for compiling a wall of shame and pointed out how this only made him look more obsessed and petty. Charlie's fans flooded the tweet with responses further establishing Charlie's dominance in the feud. This move by Sneako was seen as a desperate attempt to rally support, but instead it reinforced the narrative that Charlie had the upper hand. In recent U-Peak on March 13, 2023, when Sneako posted a tweet referencing pattern recognition and included images of various people who had called for his cancellation. This tweet was another attempt by Sneako to portray himself as the victim of unjust criticism. However, Charlie's response to this tweet went viral and delivered a devastating blow to Sneako. Holy you pathetic, sensitive, soy little worm. I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend get by numerous other men and also insulted you for defending child porn. That's not cancellation. That's spitting on you for being a pitiful, sad cuck. This takedown was brutal, maintaining Charlie's position as a dominant figure in the feud. Sneako tried to retaliate by suggesting that Charlie wouldn't dare say these things to his face. Charlie shot back with another tweet that just furthered the public support for him. Sneako's attempts to challenge and discredit Charlie only seemed to reinforce the perception that Charlie was winning the feud, while Sneako's response were seen as increasingly desperate and ineffective. As the feud between Sneako and Charlie continued to heat up, Sneako decided to escalate the conflict by challenging Charlie to a physical fight. This challenge came into midst of their Twitter exchanges, with Sneako attempting to get Charlie into a confrontation. Sneako's challenge was proposed with bravado and threats, suggesting that a physical altercation would somehow settle their differences. He repeatedly made comments like, "You know in your soul that you would never say that to my face. And if you got a problem, stop talking on the internet and let's solve it." Charlie's reaction to Sneako's challenge was dismissive. He quickly pointed out the absurdity of resulting to physical threats in a situation that originated from online criticism and commentary. Charlie's explanation of why a fight wouldn't change the truth was both logical and devastating. He emphasized that beating him in a fight wouldn't alter the facts about Sneako's past behavior or his public persona. In one particular cutting remark, Charlie said, "Sneako, you beating me in a fight doesn't your girlfriend from the numerous men that had sex with her in front of you. It doesn't do anything. Everything I said still stands. Nothing changes. It doesn't even salvage your ego." The mockery of Sneako's physical threats extended beyond Charlie's tweets. The public perception was that Sneako's challenge was a desperate attempt to shift the narrative away from the criticism and humiliation he had endured. Many saw it as an indication of Sneako's inability to address the actual points Charlie had raised, resorting instead to a display of bravery that ultimately fell flat. In his videos and tweets, Charlie continued to mock Sneako's fixation on physical confrontation. He pointed out while Sneako might have height and size advantage, it was irrelevant to the core issue at hand. Charlie's followers echoed this sentiment, emphasizing that the truth in the arguments Charlie had made were what truly mattered, not who could win in a physical fight. All of this brings us back to the recent controversy surrounding Kris Tyson, who is a core member of the Mr. Beast crew, and this is truly where things started to get interesting. So the situation with Kris Tyson has been sketchy over the last few years, but the most recent issue came to light when a YouTuber named Adrox posted a video on July 16th titled, "This video will make you hate Kris Tyson," which detailed Tyson's involvement with the controversial artist Shadman, and also for trying to abuse minors and all that crazy stuff. While the whole thing unfolded, Sneako quickly weighed in on the situation. Sneako's reaction specifically targeted the hypocrisy and how prominent content creators, especially those who have come at him before, responded to the allegations against Tyson compared to similar past controversies. Sneako released a video and several social media posts questioning why influential figures like Pokemon and Valkyrie, who had been vocal about other controversies, were initially silent or less direct in their criticism of Tyson.
These female Twitch streamers who dominate the Twitch platform, they were so quick to talk about Dr. Disrespect. When Dr. Disrespect, he didn't even get anything leaked. There's no receipts. Apparently he messaged a 17-year-old and immediately jumped to Twitter to call him the worst person ever. They just don't like him and they want a reason to cancel him. That's why you see the same people who called out Dr. Disrespect are silent around Kris from Mr. Beast.
He suggested that the hesitation to speak out might be due to the potential impact on the relationships with Mr. Beast, who they just participated in one of his videos alongside other creators. Sneako also pointed out that many creators seem to be treating Tyson's behavior as less severe than it was, calling it edgy humor or jokes, rather than addressing the serious nature of the allegations.
Yo, look out, Moist Critical is not gonna go talk about the Kris situation because he wants to have the Mr. Beast collab. Bro, you're gonna talk about every other trending situation, Dr. Disrespect, Sneako, anything that goes viral goes on your main channel. Kris, the associate of the biggest YouTube channel in the world, you do a 4-minute clip on your second channel. Stop coping and be a journalist if you're gonna be a journalist, or just say that you wanna have the collab. Stop lying.
In response to Sneako's comments about the perceived silence and lack of strong condemnation from him, Charlie had to say this.
Jesus Christ, the drool there is gonna drive me insane. I need to go put on the bathrobe here and give him PTSD or something. What do you mean it is a 4-minute clip? Because I did that so people like you who don't pay attention long enough could see my take on it and also get the bare bones information of what makes it so horrible. And I thought you would be going that angle again, saying like, oh, well, that 13-year-old was probably very mature.
Age of consent should be maturity. It's not even 18 in most states. Why do you even believe that? It's because in Hollywood, it's 18, so that gets pushed everywhere. Most places, 16. And if you question that, then they call you a pedo. I believe the age of consent is the age of maturity. It should be called the age of marriage. Age of consent implies that you're gonna have out of wedlock. I think it's better that people get married at 16, 17 than to have a bunch of premarital until they're 30 and they're washed up and then they get jaded and they're on birth control and they have dried up eggs. I think that's better for society.
He's so pseudo-intellectual that he actually argues for things that defend pedophilia. That's ridiculous.
Not just Charlie has come at Sneako for his comments on consent, the broader YouTube community has included a recent debate with popular commentator Destiny during a live stream with XQC where they challenged him.
What is a developed age? If you had to set a law for it, what would you set it? What would you set it about?
It's a developed age.
No, answer the question. You holy shit, you're such a cowardly. Stand up for what you believe in. If you actually are Muslim, you're actually Islamic or whatever, then stand up for your beliefs. Every other Muslim scholar online will do this. Do it. Stand tall on it. Don't act like a little in here trying to grill XQC on modern meta-ethics or whatever if you won't even answer basic questions about your worldview. What should the age of consent be?
This stream prompted comments like, remember, this is what happens when Sneako debates someone who can actually debate. Destiny owns Sneako. Sneako and Charlie finally got into a debate. This recent debate between Sneako and Charlie was set up as in a way to directly address their differences and discuss the ongoing feud face to face. The anticipation for the debate was high among their followers, as it promised a direct confrontation between the two YouTubers, but what ended up happening wasn't expected at all.
Do words need to have definitions?
Yes, and so does the age of consent.
When we use the English language, should the words that we use match the definition of the word?
Yes.
Yes? You're not doing that.
You don't what?
The internet is saying Sneako totally owned Penguinz0 throughout the debate. Moist saying kids can transition genders ruined this whole argument. From all of this, I guess Sneako was in fact right about everything.
I was right about the entire industry. I was right about Kris Tyson. I was right about the satanic agenda. I was right about what they promote. I was right about clips, not mags. I was right about all of them.